Okay, as Rajesh ji has mentioned, we are supposed to give our own view on this book. So I'll start from that itself. See, Sanskrit grammar has one view. Actually, grammar is needful for to systematize language world. Whatever words are there, then verbs are there, and indeclinables are there. So to identify them, when the language will become old, some changes will occur. So we are supposed to be there. The books which are written previously were not it's not understandable after many years. So this should not happen. That's why Sanskritam has come. They have done some samskara on current whatever language was used. Many languages were in use when Bhasha was there, when Sanskrit was there. As Patanjali calls Sanskrit as Bhasha. He doesn't call Sanskrit, he calls it Bhasha, because whatever is there in nature that we hear, and that is Bhasha. So there are two types of words. One is from natural sound, and one is from meaning. For example, if we go to this waterfall, we get a dhap 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 sound. That's why we have word in Marathi that is dhabdaba. And same time, by meaning, we go jalaprapat. Jalaprapat, jal गिर रहा इसलिए जलप्रपात. So by these two ways, words are derived, and those are used. In Prakrita, these words will keep changing according to the need of geographical conditions, according to time's need, or by the need of person's perception. But in Sanskrit, words will not change. So Sanskrit language was heard from Vedas. Heard means it was grasped from nature in the form of mantras, and then after it was used in regular usage. So that was called as Abhijata Sanskrita, which was used in Vedic Vedas, that was called as Vedic Sanskrita, and whichever was used by people, that was called as Abhijata Sanskrita. So here in 400 BC, Panini wrote grammar. He gives reference of 10 acharyas before him. Before him, long big tradition was there, Paniniyan tradition, this grammar tradition. That was Vyakar, that was Sangraha. The big text was there. Now we don't get it. We get some references of Sangraha, and about that text itself, the discussions are there. So he mentions 10 acharyas before him. Now this has happened that in these days people are studying Ashtadhyayi. They understand that why grammar is important, to understand language bit by bit, to understand its structure, to understand word structure. The grammar is needful. So they try to call it secular text. They call it secular text. Means this is secular text, there is nothing related to religion. And this is not that. As I have learned it, they stated first that Mahadeva, Shankara, has played his damru first, and from his damru they have got all the varnas in the world. So that is, if I say those that sutra, that is Maheshwara Sutrani, Ayun, Rulruk, Eung, Ayau, Chayavarat, Lani, Yamagananam, Japai, Khadadash, Jabagadash, Khapa Chatata Chatatau, Kapai, Shashasar Hal, Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani. If I say this, then we can hear that some damru sound is there. If I go fast, then Ayun, Rulruk, Eung, Ayau, Chayavarat, Lani, Yamagananam, Japai, Khadadash, Jabagadash, Khapa Chatata Chatatau, Kapai, Shashasar Hal. So all the varnas in the world, whatever we hear, whatever sound we perceive, each and every sound is caught in all these sutras. These are 14 sutras, and these sutras are from Shiva, and by these Vyanjanas and Swaras itself, there all the sutras are there, Swaras are there, and Vyanjanas are there. Means what? Letters and vowels. So vowels and letters will make words. So they are saying out of this nothing is there. No sound is no other sound is there. So whatever sound you hear, if it is half, then don't include it in the Varnamala. If it is a, then it is not counted in Sanskrit. If it is a, it's not counted. It is a vaya payam. In Malayalam it is said vaya payam. Payam is there, so there is no pronunciation, clear pronunciation, so don't count it in the letters. So they have given nice, good systematic rules to give stability to the language. For example, in ancient period, in Rameshwaram, any book is written, within 2-3 months itself it was read in Kashmir. That much the mobility was there about the books. And they were in discussion, always. All the Shastras were in discussion. People used to go travel and books used to travel around. And they used to have big seminars on that. They used to have Shastra Sabhas and they used to discuss on. And by that way itself, all the Shastra Paramparas were followed and discussed and maintained. And new Granthas were written. So this Vyakaran Parampara, Panini was staying near Peshawar, his birthplace. There itself he used to carry his Gurukul, and he used to conduct daily, this Anna Chatram was there, and he used to distribute food and he used to teach grammar. So Panini was first Acharya who removed all the loopholes of previous grammar. He respects his acharyas and he says, because of them itself I can write this Ashtadhyayi. Here 8 adhyayas are there, and each and every word in the word, whatever we hear, we can prove it by this grammar, by these sutras itself. So what is there? Small words are there. They have made small word as a sutra to give some definitions, some rules to explain the word. For example, if it is there, Gana Ishaha. So how Gana is group of the people, and Ishaha, Ganeshaha. So how Gana and E will become Gane, they have given the rule for that. So according to that itself, they will go. They say that each and every word is proven by some sutras, 4 or 5 sutras. And if it is, if the siddhi is done well, then their word is acceptable. So they give systematic rules, structural rules, what we say, list, which will work for proving these words. So each adhyaya is having 4 padas. So all can see they have 4 sections in each adhyaya. Prathama pada, Dvitiya pada, and every time they will say it like, as I say little bit. So I'll give some history behind this book. This book was lost, and people were following only Siddhanta Kaumudi and Kashika. Kashika was a commentary of Ashtadhyayi, and they were not revising or reciting this book. So this book was published by Gopal Datta Pandey, Gopal Shastri from Chaukhamba Sura Bharati from Varanasi. And they have revived it, that they say that now, what do? You take the word, take the group of sutras, and according to that, you have written many books. Why Ashtadhyayi was left out? Ashtadhyayi was a book where all the 4,000 sutras were revised, and then there are some paribhasha sutra which will give rules time to time, some sutra which will go like adhikara. For example, if swarita sound is there, every swarita sound will go further and it will show its adhikara to the next sutra. For example, if I put lights, so this light's focus is going till this light. So this light's focus is going till this light. This is called as this light. This is called as adhikara. So these adhikara sutras will survive and they will give meaning to next sutras. So you are supposed to know all the sutras all together to know to use them every time. There are manduka plutis. For example, sutras will jump. So wherever manduka pluti is there, it will be mentioned. They have typical sutras like Purvatra Siddham or I'll explain one concept and we'll go further. Vruddhi is one Saujnya. In first Adhyaya, Saujnya and Paribhasha. There are concepts and rules. Paribhasha is rule. So Saujnya is what? Vruddhi is one Saujnya. They say, what is Vruddhi? They will give definition, Vruddhiradach. Then in next adhyaya, somewhere they will give sutra, that is Vriddhi Rechi. So by Vriddhi Rechi, what is that? They teach tell us definition of Vriddhi first, and then how Vriddhi takes place they will give in next chapter. To understand that, first we will understand this. What is this? All these are Maheshwara Sutrani. By that they create short forms. For example, a, t, ch, ach. That is short form. That is called as pratyahara. So this ach will be used in this language. In all the sutras, they will call ach as all the swaras, for all the vowels. They will call ach. If they say khar, if we write kakha ga gha, ka kha ga gha na. See, where is kakha ga gha na here? I will look at the yot. Kappa chada chada do. Kappa shasha sar hal.
Really?
Kappa garda chada kappa shasha sar hal. I have forgotten this. Shasha sar hal. Iti Maheshwarani Sutra. Okay. So here ka kappa chada chada do. Ka. Where is ga? Ka kha. Ga, and then gha, kakha ga gha, nga. Kakha ga gha, then I will look a o, nga. So, yes, this nga we are supposed to count. This is not to be counted. This is one counted as one sutra. Right? Each is one sutra. And sutra should not change by reciting. That's why they end it up by it. So, this ending is not to be counted. It is just for pronunciation. Look, a, om. So this n is not counted. That's why again they have given n here. So yamagada nam. So now this nam is not to be counted. And jhabai again ya is not to be counted, because each and every entity is sutra and to pronounce. Now what is that? According to our matruka aksharam, kakha gagha is at one place. Chacha jachanya at one place. So according to that, they can make pratyaharas. For example, khar. What is this? Kha to shashasar. All the kathora vyanjanas are there. For example, ka kha ga gha, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. Now, kacha ta, ta, pa, ta, tha, da, dha, na, ta, tha, da, dha, na. Now we'll see this kha cha tha tha pha. Kapha chata tha. We have got this group. Which is by pronunciation. This is what? This is kathora. If we say ka, it is soft. If we say kha, it is kathora. So if we make short form of khar, kha to ra, we get all the kathora vyanjanas. All the kathora vyanjanas where we are giving emphasis on. Ka is soft. If you say kha, then emphasize is there. So all this kapha chatata kapai shashasar, shashasar. Here now down also will go shashasar. So this group will become kathora. So khar is included, will be made, will make khar, this kathora vyanjana. Kathora means harsh words which are pronounced very harshly. Ka and kha, ta and tha, then it is harsh. So if we say, now you on your own can make jash, this short form. So jash will include jabagada dash, all the soft, ga, ja, ja, ba, ga, da, da. So jabagada, all the soft pronunciation. Ja again saghoshas are there. Aghosha and saghosha. So wherever according to your pronunciation, you get the groups by these short forms. These are called as pratyaharas. And as we understand these pratyaharas, these sutras can be understood. Now there they tell a samgya, that is vriddhi, and they will say vriddhiradaich, a and aich is vriddhi. Means what? A, and I. means what? Ayu unrulu. Is included in A also. A is also considered over there itself because the Rasva, Dirgha, Pluta, three are to be considered in one letter. So, I and Vruddhira, A and I. These three are Vruddhi. And Vruddhirechi means what? Vruddhihi. H pare Vruddhi syat. Means wherever H you get, which is that H from here, future. So always A, O, I, O. Wherever you get it, you will get Vruddhi. Means what? A and A. A and A will become I, O, A, O, H, T here. Where you make the words. So making the words is far, but here like this sutras will go. In second, samasa and vibhakti. Vibhakti means all the cases which we use to make the sentences. Only bare word is not included in sentence. Why? Because we are supposed to make the form and then include it in the sentence. We don't have prepositions. Prepositions are there in English. In our languages, which are Sanskrit based languages, there the pratyas are there. So if we don't understand these pratyas, uska, usne, isko, so these are pratyas. So these pratyas are explained as vibhakti, and vibhakti artha they are stated in second adhyaya. These are also through sutras. For example, chaturthi sampradanam, sampradane chaturthi. So sampradanam is the meaning by which chaturthi is to be used. They state in the sutra. And then chaturthi sampradane, another sutra, they'll state that in chaturthi, for sampradanam you are supposed to use a chaturthi case. So whichever cases you are supposed to use, they are stated in second adhyaya. Dhatu pratyaya, dhatu means basic root of verbs. Pathati, likhati, all these verbs are used. You have basic entity which will survive in any which tense as it is. So that entity is called as dhatu, that is called as root. In any other language, this system is not there. In only Sanskrit, this view is there that every verb is having basic entity that is same for all the types of words, all the forms of words, all the forms of verbs. Any form you make, basic entity is same. So that is called as root. So that root here, root and plus pratyaya, then will become dhatu pratyaya. Those pratyayas are given by sutras in this. For example, if we say pathati, pathata, pathanti, if some little Sanskrit if you know, that is ti, taha, anti, they will call it tip, ting. So tip plus ji, mip, vasma, like that the sutras are there, and according to that we get ti, taha, anti, and mip, vasma, mi, vaha, maha, like that we get the pratyayas. So they have given pratyayas practically in sutras. So they call ting as a pratyayas which are to be used for dhatu. So all ting is what short form of all these pratyayas. For first person, second person, third person. First person, second person, third person. Singular, dual, plural. Singular, dual, plural. So all these 9 pratyayas will be included in ting. So this is tingantam, means what? Ting is ending. This verb is ending by ting, so that is called as tingantam. Whatever is at the end, it is antam. So they have given these type of definitions and explained each and every dhatu you can treat it. We have 2000 dhatus in dhatu patham. And dhatu patham, if we take any dhatu, we can prove it by these pratyayas. That this is by this, and we need only 4 to 5 sutras for that. Here tadhitam. Tadhitam means if from Kunti, the son is called as Kautilya. So we can derive word from the word. That is called as tadhitam. So how to derive word from the word? There are Dvisahasram sutras. 2000 sutras are given in pratyayas are given in tadhitam. So that's why people say tadhita mudha havaya karna. So all the grammarians are mad behind tadhita. or Tadhitam Udhaha Vyakarana. If Sanskrit students they can understand, Tadhitam Udhaha means they are carrying all the Tadhitas properly. That's why they are called as Tadhitam Udhaha. They know Tadhitas very well. That's why they are grammarians. So this is explained in 4th and 5th. Then Ting, Sandhi and Swarat. This thing whatever I said about, and then Sandhis. Sandhis means if two words come together and there is no space in between in sound delivery, then whatever will happen, that process is called as Sandhi. If Samhita, too much closeness of two words will make one word altogether. So this survives in all the languages in the world, but no one has taken it. We have taken it as a rule. We have made rules in Sanskrit, in our languages also. So these are called as sandhis. There is also Angadhikara and Pratyaya. This is again connected with this Dhatu Pratyaya and word Pratyayas. Then Natvam, Vitvam and Shatvam, wherever the our pronunciation system should not suffer while pronouncing any word, they say. So if I say Ramena Saha Gacchami, so Ramena is very difficult for me to say. So if I say Ramena, it is easy. You can try. Ramena, I can't say. So why? Because R is there. I am supposed to pronounce R, which is Dantya. Then after I am supposed to say M, which is Aushtya. And then after I am supposed to say N, which is again Dantya. So Ramana, no. It is not comfortable. So your tongue is going to get it should get comfort. So that's why it will become Ramena. So by which rule? But it will become Rashabhyam Nona Samanapadi. One sutram they have given. Why? In same word, wherever R and Sh is there, N will be converted into N. So that is Rashabhyam No Naha Samanapade. So no Nasya Naha Bhavati Samanapade. It becomes in one. It happens in one word. So where again they say, hey, in one word, but Ramena, here Ma is there in between. So why do you worry about? You say, keep it Na itself. Then they will say another sutra, that is Atkup Vangnu Vyavayepi. Though there is any hurdle in between, you are supposed to go for the rule which is stated for N. So this Natva is called as this type of Natva and Ritva. These are say for example Jagamu. Now it is Gamu. Now went long before, no one has seen it. So that is called as Jagamu. Ramahavanam Jagamu. So Jagamu, actually it was Gagamu. But G becomes J by this Ritva. Why? Because Gagamu, it's not comfortable to pronounce. So G will become J. So by which rule it will become? So these rules are given in this last. So each and every word we can prove by. And by which Adhikara Sutras. Every sutra will work for other sutra. He will work for himself. He will state his own meaning, and then after the sutra will carry forward himself for other sutras to get the meanings. And wherever it will finish up, there the Swarita Swara has cut off. So there what will happen? The only sutra will go further. So there the previous Adhikara Sutra will not come. So this is called as Anuvrutti. Anuvrutti will go on, and here they have given at the end of each Adhyaya. See, previous this sutra will also work backward also. So backward also, if previous some sutras are there, then further sutras will also work backward. So here, before last Adhyaya, they have stated Purvatra Siddham. So the sutram they gave. Purvatra Siddham, this is Asiddham for Purvatanam is Asiddham for this. So all these sutras cannot see previous sutras. They have cut it off there because they are giving totally new rules. So this is for last 3 padas in 8th Adhyaya, this is true. So they say that these sutras cannot see them and those sutras cannot see these sutras. So the other sutra is also given there. So everywhere these type of sutras are given, and according to that we can prove each and every word we get. So this is called as Paniniyan grammar. Actually what happened, that people used to recite all these 4,000 sutras, and then they used to go further and back, and they used to decide, the brain used to collaborate with all the sutras and get the meaning, get the siddhanta, get the algorithm. That was there. But gradually it happened that people went forward according to the word. And according to, if I want to prove this word, this type of words, then I'll accumulate those sutras which are useful there, and I'll make bunch of those sutras there, and I'll make one prakarana. That's why Siddhanta Kaumudi was written in 16th century. So first of all, the name is given, Gupta, Buddha Gupta, he has started this type of Prakarana Shaha Adhyanam. That's why you don't mug up all the sutras, I'll give the guide. Come on, these sutras are useful. So they started, and that's why Siddhanta Kaumudi was written in 16th century. And people started using Siddhanta Kaumudi. And it was like, for samasa, if you want to do these type of samasas, these are the sutras. If you want to do this, these are the sutras. So according to the use, they used to make the bunches of the sutras. They left this sequence. They left this sequence. The sequence was different. Then after, Siddhanta Kaumudi became too difficult. Then Varadaraja, his student, he made Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Then after Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi became too difficult. Because this software itself was not followed. No? All the 4,000 sutras I am not remembering. I am knowing only some sutras which are useful here. So these sutras are also useful in somewhere else also. So I can't recollect, I can't relate. So that capacity was lost. And to revive that capacity, Sanskrit Bharati, they have put forward the step, and they have published this Ashtadhyayi, and it's too useful because I myself, I have done 4 adhyayas to recite Vruddhirada Chadain Gunaha. I can say them out. And I can go further and back for Rupa Siddhi.
So we are done. I think time is extended.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Now I start the question answer session.
Yes.
So we can start. You can ask any questions on this topic on Sanskrit and its grammar.
Yeah, I had a question.
Yes.
Yeah. So between Ashtadhyayi and Siddhanta Kaumudi,
Yes.
or Siddhanta Kaumudi, where does Maharashtra fall?
Maharashtra is after 400 years of Paniniyan.
So is it a commentary or is it a different?
It's a commentary. It's a commentary by Patanjali, that is Mahabhashyam. Patanjali wrote Mahabhashyam to explain all the sutras in Ashtadhyayi. This commentary on Ashtadhyayi itself.
Okay.
Yes. Mahabhashyam. And he has 80 Anikas. Anikas means chapters.
I have a question, and at the same time one doubt also.
Yes.
I think this dates part, whether it was 400 BC or 4000 years, or this is still under investigation, because we are still following the British written dates, and we are putting it forth. So we don't know actually how old those are. Question is, this dhatu that you told, how deeply it is related to the elements that we study in chemistry? Is it related, like al dhatu is there? I studied once in Sanskrit, al dhatu. It is close to aluminium dhatu over there. Is it?
Yes. All English words are also derived from all these dhatus.
I am asking about the periodic table that we have studied in chemistry, all
Yes.
these elements.
Yes, yes.
And this dhatu.
Yes.
So-
Because name, whatever name we call for that element, no, that name has derived from Latin, no. So how Latin word has come? If we go to Latin, we can get to the basic root, which roots we get in dhatu part.
So it means in chemistry how many elements are there? Periodic table?
100 something.
108.
108.
114.
You told we have 2000 dhatus in this.
So but these are for kriya, no? Dhatu, that dhatu is different, and that is mula dravyam. Whatever you are saying in chemistry,
Okay,
that is called as mula dravyam. This is regarding sound. This is sound and words. So basic root of words, that is called as dhatu, and basic entity of metals, that is called as dhatu. So both the dhatus are there, but their meanings are different. But if, as you say, that aluminium if we call, so why do we call it aluminium? Because dhatu we can get dhatu. So names, whatever is concerned with language, its basic can be found in dhatu.
I have a question. So you said whatever starts with ra and sha, and if there is na, it has to end with na, right?
Yes.
Because of comfort of a na.
Okay.
But in English, it is other way around.
Yes.
For example, Ravan in Hindi, right? You say Ravan. So anything with ra in Hindi, so is there anything we have to infer from this? I mean, most of the English words, they...
Actually, English words are not, English words are half.
Okay.
They are not pronounced fully. And whatever English language is there, it is as a language, if we go by language, what we say, Bhasha Shastra. In any Shastriya definition, we cannot imbibe English. Because English doesn't survive there. It is illogical. As that Amitabh Bachchan says, no? Amitabh Bachchan put PUT, PUT and whatever happens. No? So everywhere we'll break the rules if we go for English. So we see English cannot survive on these rules.
Okay.
English will not become language itself. We cannot give identity as a language. We can give it identity as a body language or some slang language or Bhramsha. We can say Bhramsha or Atikrut. So Bhramsha and Atikrut. So Atikrut is what decided, means today I have decided with Rajesh that every time I do this, then you are supposed to get up and go. So this is called as Atikrut. So what I have decided personally, that is that language, that doesn't survive for long time, and it is time being, and it is related to some people. That is called as Atikrut. So Bhramsha is wrongly pronounced and Apabhramsha is badly pronounced. And it's not connected with original pronunciation or with nature or natural sounds.
Okay.
So English is not connected with natural sounds at all. It's connected with our inner whatever, wherever we are lagging behind. There itself the English has survived.
So how does it came into existence? I mean, any language, if it is not connected to natural sound, so it has to have some history, because what you hear, you start pronouncing.
Yes. Actually, what is that? Language world itself is what? At the time itself, many types of languages are surviving. So in India, 200 languages were spoken when Sanskrit was spoken. At the time itself, because each and every person will know 20 to 30 languages altogether. So this language, there are two ways of creating languages. As I said, if I say dhab dhab dhab, then I'll call it dhab dhaba. And if I can't hear it properly, I'll say dhab dhab dhab, pas. So my hearing capacity itself is less. Then what type of words I will make? So that is in English.
Okay.
My hearing capacity, my pronouncing capacity, my understanding capacity of the nature itself is less. My panchendriyas are not working well. At the time, what will I do with the world? From there, the English has developed, practically speaking.
And moreover, English got strength from other languages. They started pick and choose from all different languages.
English was slang in 1820.
Because when they started spreading throughout the world, तो इसमें अच्छा लगा, इससे ले लिया, इसमें अच्छा लगा, इसका they didn't have any big vocabulary kind of thing. So whatever they could collect from other languages, so it's a mixture.
So actually, it was not language.
I have a question. There is a big debate, a discussion all around the world, including and in Bharat. Like the foreigners are very much interested in India and its knowledge system. And they have a department called Indology. And by Indology they are studying our languages, our books. So I would like to know what kind of knowledge we have. Okay, from basic things like darshan, there is darshan shastra, there is spirituality, there is certain other vigyan. But apart from this, what kind of knowledge system we have, and how Westerners are able to derive it, which we are missing.
We are missing it because what is that? Now Ashtadhyayi they took. they worked this type of software in making computers, and that's why first computer was named as Panini. They used that, that instinct of logic which survives in our shastras to make the upakaranas. Upakaranas, all the yantras or machines. So they used it to make the machines. So it happened. Practically they are using it, the knowledge or system of thinking, they are using it. So in Paninian system of thinking, they used it in computers. They agreed. That's why now again they are behind us. That we want information. And in Indology they learn about, most of the times they learn about Indian culture, Indian whatever. Why? By which logic these people are going, they are surviving with the what we say, too much closeness with the nature. So our definitions are Prithivyaha Bharana Palana Poshana Yoho Shastram. So we are supposed to make the balance with each and every aspect of the world. So we have that idea in each and every shastra. We have that solution that in every sector of your life, in every type of creation, you can maintain the balance. So if you can maintain the balance, by which way these people are maintaining the balance, they want to hunt it out and they want to learn it, because they want to save their sea, they want to save their whatever ocean, they want to save their land. So.
And the second question is how our books, how our books are categorized in segments, like how there is a Ved, there is a Udved, there is a Vedang, Nishad, how these are categorized?
Actually, first of all, Vedas were there and all the mantras were heard by all the rishis, and then they were recited. So actually reciting is an advanced way of remembering anything. And before that, then if you can't remember anything, then you write. So writing is not considered very advanced. Here they are considering writing is advanced. No way. Reciting and I am remembering all these 4,000 sutras, and I am remembering, I myself am software of Shabda Siddhi. So they were towards that. So all the shastras were recited, this was done. So first of all, Vedas were there, and then after they recited all the Vedas, some meanings were derived. You are supposed to go deep in dhyana to understand lot many mantras. Their vibrations. It is like Agni. If Agni is fire is hot, it is hot. If you touch it, you will get burnt. So like that itself, some basic nature is there with the mantras. It is with our vibrations. So we are not living on that subtle level to understand that what type of pronunciation will create what type of impression in this world, or what type of activity in this world. So they have understood. They had understood that. That's why they have written all the mantras. Then when mantras were not understood by some people, they started writing brahmanas to explain that this mantra is to be said in this at this time, this is at this time, this is at this time. And then many people used to do yajnas. At the time they used to pronounce all these mantras. Mantras were like Agni, means like any entity which will create some physical effect around. So mantras are like that itself. So they used to use those mantras. That's why where to use which mantra, everyone was not capable of understanding. So they wrote brahmanas. So this mantra is to be said there. Then they followed that. Then after people who performed this type of yajnas for many years, they understood that now I am supposed to raise my capacity to understand or have effect of these mantras. So what type of things I should do or follow in my life, that is written in Aranyakas. And then after Aranyakas also became untraceable. So then after again Upanishads. In Upanishads, the Guru sat nearer and they discussed about the philosophy. So all these texts go like that. And Puranas, then after, at the time of Mahabharatam, Vyasa he thought that now human being is losing his capacity. So they won't be able to understand directly, they won't be able to see Vedas or hear them. They won't have that capacity, so they'll have to recite them out. So it's not possible. All the Vedas, 4 Vedas, all the Vedas will be recited by one person. It's not possible. So we divided in 4. So Rig Veda, all the basic mantras are there, and Yajur Veda, which mantra with which yajna, every information is given, and then Sama Veda, how to sing these mantras, what is the swara vinyas, that knowledge is given in Sama Veda, and then Atharva, some your negativities, you are supposed to channelize them. For that, the mantras are given in Atharva. So same Rig Veda's mantras itself are given in Atharva Veda, but where to use them and by which intention you are supposed to use them, they have given negative intentions also to fulfill. Because people were there with negative intentions, so fulfill those negative intentions, Atharva Veda was there. So they understand that wherever this Srishti goes on, negative intentions will survive there itself. You are supposed to channelize them. Negative intentions will survive there. So to channelize them, we should have the source. So if you want to blame someone, yes please.
I've got 3 questions.
Yes please.
The first one is that is Sanskrit being spoken in any village or town in India colloquially today?
Yes. Town means there are villages. One is Matturu in Karnataka. Then one is Mundaji and one is Jiri. Not Mundaji, Ujjeri. Actually, I don't remember the name. One is Jiri and one is Matturu. Third one I don't recollect now.
The second question is that there is a school of thought among Tamilians, especially the staunch Tamilians, that Tamil has not evolved from Sanskrit, but it's an independent language which has come in.
They say that the Tamil has derived from Shiva, and Sanskrit is also from Shiva. So same thing is there. There's no means actually because of these British theories, they have started thinking like that. Tamil is oldest language. It is older. At the time of Sanskrit itself, so Tamil was surviving. It was there. We don't say that Sanskrit was previously there and then Tamil derived. No way. It was simultaneously 2 languages were there. And it may happen that some vibrations are giving this type of words altogether and some vibrations are giving this type of. Both languages are very competitive, and actually in Tamil some words are kakagaganga, chachajajanya, this differentiation is not there. This is Prakrit. That's why this is Prakrit. Tamil is changed now in Sila Padikaram, we can't understand. That is very old text and we don't understand. And here, if we teach for Tamil students, if I teach Sanskrit, they will say Balaka Padadi. They won't say Patati. They will say Padadi. They won't understand the is different. My many friends in Tamil Nadu, they won't understand. So this is the nature of Tamil, which is very Prakrit, and that's why they have rich heritage. They have rich literature. That's why they claim that this is great. Really, the language is great and they have written, their literature is best. But Tamil is Prakrit and Sanskrit is Sanskrit, which is done with Sanskar. We have differentiation of each and every pronunciation. That's Kakha Gaganga, Chacha Jajanya, Tata Dadhana.
So to say that Sanskrit is the mother of all Indian languages is wrong.
Yes.
Is it?
It's not mother. Actually, what is that? I'll say. Sanskrit, directly, what is Sanskrit? Sanskrit is nature's language. It's Bharsha. Whatever you hear around, whatever Anahata Nada you hear, whatever Omkar you hear, that is Sanskrit. So by that view, it is true that Sanskrit is mother of all the languages. Right? Why Sanskrit is, from that itself Sanskrit is derived. No? Any single sound, first Big Bang Theory, go with Big Bang Theory, there itself some sound must be there, and that sound itself is Om. If it is Om, then it is included in Sanskrit. So then what? So whatever sound is there, whatever in every sound is mantra, if we say, and we have that capacity to understand that every sound has some meaning and I can get it. If we build up that capacity, we'll have to believe that this is Sanskrit. Just to call it, no? Why to call it? Otherwise, what will we call it? Original sound. We'll call it original sound. So original sound is mother of all the languages. yes, okay, we'll say
It's
that.
okay.
Right,
So I
right.
think we are done with the question answer. Now it's an open discussion.
Yeah.
We can start.
I've just a couple of anecdotes to tell you.
Ah.
Very interesting, the Tamil part you mentioned. Somebody joined in our office and an HR email came in and it read that Mr. Gobinath has joined. Now that sounds very funny in Hindi, right? Gobinath.
Yes.
So actually the name is Gopinath,
Correct.
but this guy is Tamil. So pa and ba are not differentiated.
Yes.
When they wrote it in English, they wrote it as Gobi.
Yes.
And it made very funny sounds.
See,
So-
all these type of questions are discussed in Mahabhashyam. What is Bhasha? They have given the definition of language itself, and they have given the definition of Sanskrit language. They have given that how Bhasha derives, and if Bhasha is making this type of leaving these type of loopholes, then we can't call it Bhasha. We'll have to use it as a Apabhrumsha Bhasha, that is Prakrit. So they are not against any language. You need Apabhrumsha. For example, in Mahabhashyam, Patanjali has stated at one place he says that Yajna, that Pandita will always come. Sometimes he'll say that his name is Yarvana Starvana, he'll say, and at the time of Yajna, he'll say Yadvana Tadvana. He'll pronounce properly, and at home, while speaking, he'll say Yarvana Starvana. Why? Because at home he is using Prakrit, which is very relaxed language, and at the time of Yajna, he is using Bhasha, that is Sanskrit.
You also solved one more important question that I always had. I'm a fan of languages and all that.
Thanks.
So, that I always wondered why this verb jana has when it goes to past tense गया हो जाता है, मतलब वो साउंड चेंज हो जाता है. ज ग, अभी आपने बोला कि गगाम का जगाम होता है.
Yes.
वहाँ पे उसका है. I mean this question was there maybe
That is
4 years
etymology.
ago. I was
That
talking to
is
somebody.
Vyutpatti Shastram. We are supposed to teach Vyutpatti Shastram to our kids, They should understand, that
Yeah.
logic. To understand how this girl will become ja. There we can go through anthropology also, and we can go through morphology, anthropology to etymology, and we can understand. We can collaborate all of them all together with our kids
Right.
to have that logic.
And
because of anthropology, if we take ga 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 ga, we cannot say so
Easily,
girl will,
huh?
why girl will become ja? Why girl will not become ja? There is reasoning.
Right, and if I understand you correctly, what you meant was, it's not that you cannot say gagama,
Yes.
it's just a little bit of load on your system. So, easy way to say that is jagama. Ramena can be said, it's not that it cannot be said, but Ramena is easier.
Easy.
Right.
Yeah.
This for the comfort of.
Yeah, comfort. Yeah.
So they don't say that pay attention to the comfort. They'll say naturally what will happen
What
to
will
you.
happen?
You say Ramena for 100 times. It's not possible. Sometimes it will become an itself. Then naturally, for example, Krishna eti. Krishna ehi. Krishna ehi. It will happen. Krishna, please come. If I say Krishna ehi, on its own itself Sandhi will occur, no? So that's why they have made Sandhi rules. What will occur on its own, they have paid attention to that. They haven't said that you should do this, otherwise see. No way. They don't dictate us rules. They say that this will happen on further as you use it very fast. That's why you understand the rule first. So it's too. I love it.
Yeah.
I love these people. They are great, and really they don't dictate us. They say that go logically. This will happen. That's why it is a rule.
One more thing, in being different, they say that so the mother of all languages or the original sounds and all that, I really like that when the Nirgun Nirakar Brahman, which is Satchidanand, when it comes to this world, manifested world, it acquires Nama and Rupa.
Yes.
And they are not two different things, they are two different ways to perceive the same thing.
Right.
And that Nama is what they have captured in Sanskrit.
Correct.
So that's why that's the original language, mother of all languages, or whatever you call it. And that's why mantras work, because that Nama and Rupa are actually the same thing.
And Gandha is also there, no?
Yeah.
See, Ganapati is called as Gandhapati also. Why? Because by nose, if you experience, then you will get the Gandha. So if you want to experience Ganapati by your nose, then you will get Gandha, and that's why he is Gandhapati. So any which way, if you experience the world, you can get it.
I was at some conference and they said this very nicely. Naga means the snake or the cobra, but at the same time it also means elephant. And they showed us that if you draw Naga and if you just see the front view of that, it actually looks like an elephant. उसका बड़ा सा head दिखता है and then the lower part looks like a trunk. So what visually is there is also there in the words. That's something very strong in Sanskrit.